Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about Listening Part C of the OET because this week I've had an interesting conversation with a very strong student of mine who is about to take the test but was having a few problems with Listening Part C. Okay, so something interesting that he said was that he felt he was understanding everything, but despite that, got 2/3 of the answers in the sample test that I gave him incorrect. So understandably, he was a bit confused by this. We had a look into what was going on, and it became clear exactly what the problems were. And there were a few things that after investigation he could work on so that next time his score can be higher. The first thing we noticed was a phrase came up, an idiomatic expression was mentioned that actually had huge significance in terms of being able to select the right answer. In fact, the same phrase was mentioned in a slightly other way, and that demonstrated a bit of repetition of the same point. So the phrase was bang for the buck, okay? And that may or may not mean something to you, but sometimes not understanding certain expressions or not guessing what they might mean based on the context can be the difference between getting an answer right or wrong. Another thing that we noticed was that sometimes there was a gap in understanding when it came to noticing that the paraphrasing in an option was matching what was said in the audio. Okay. And one other thing that we noticed was that when reading the options, sometimes a key word that was essential to notice was going unnoticed, and therefore that option couldn't be selected or eliminated accordingly. And finally, there was something interesting that we noticed was that sometimes the tone of voice can give real clues as to the feelings that are being expressed. And also the fact that a point is repeated is a technique that is used when we want to emphasize something. Now, tone of voice was a clue, for example, to show that the speaker was surprised, and the question was asking about what surprised the speaker. And also the main point was missed because it wasn't really noticed what the speaker was really emphasizing through her tone of voice. So anyway, that's some of the things that can come up that are tricky to identify on your own, even in this AI world where there are lots of ways to learn. Sometimes it comes down to having one-on-one help with a teacher that can guide you and help you see exactly, precisely, and specifically for you what's going wrong. So if you need help, you know where I am. I would be delighted to help you pass OET. Take care and see you next time.